What is up, guys? It's Valkia, and this was a 68% kill participation with the Pharah on NA. I was playing with some of my American friends. So let's go ahead. First of all, I never use my concussive blast against the wall here on this map. I blast up and I see how many people are on the bridge to knock off. Unfortunately, these guys were pretty slow because it appeared that they didn't have a Lucio. So by the time I was pretty much halfway into the map, they hadn't even crossed the bridge. So don't forget that with Pharah, you can use sneaky routes to go around and get the advantage. So I see the Pharah go up into the sky, nice little air rocket, and then here I actually miss my concussive blast on the roof, so I don't go anywhere. That's just a learning curve and something that you've got to make sure that you're close enough. So I stagger rockets as well, because staggering rockets is good. A lot of enemies just walk into them because they're unsure where they're going to be coming next. Take down the jump rat. I can see the Pharah in the sky, so I need to retreat because Pharah versus Pharah is a little bit too risky and gives enough time for any of the hit scans to take you out. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to stay on the corner where the bridge meets, and also I've got a rockets so I can put them across on the opposite side where they could go in the alternate route. So staggering rockets once again, left and right, just in case an enemy walks into it. I can see a Reinhardt shield, so what I'm going to do is go below the map line. And hopefully if they go over the bridge, I can knock them off. No, they didn't. I heard the Pharah was a problem, so going in, putting some rockets onto the Pharah, and then I'm going to use my concussive blast to get myself to safety. I did also see that the health pack was half generated, so I wasn't able to get that either. But the thing is, I was pretty much full health anyway. McCree came across in the white room, so I'm staggering rockets on the right and through the middle, because if he's being pushed out, then there's a big chance that he's going to walk into one of the rockets. So Lucio, I can see on point, going to drop a couple of rockets in. He's quite low health, and then I'm not going to go straight in the front door. I'm going to use my flight ability and go around. McCree goes down, and then May goes into an ice wall, which means we have time to kind of scout the area in case there's any other problems. We've got quite a few on point, so May's going to go down pretty quickly, go through the window, and she goes down. So some rockets more to where they're going to be spawning straight through. At least if I can do some damage, then the team might be able to finish off. Here I push forward quite far. This is not the best idea. I was getting a little bit cocky because we were kind of rolling them a bit. So I go back inside, and then suddenly there's a high noon. So I go outside to deal with the McCree, make sure I can save some teammates. McCree go down pretty quickly. I should have gone back into the white room. I went to get the health, and then the soldier comes in. I've got one rocket on. Unfortunately, it was not enough to take him down. On the respawn, you'll notice that I use the wall concussive blast to get myself back into the action quicker. This is good because I get some height. What I actually do is I miss my boost. So I boost up against the spaceship, and that means I don't get my full height. And what I normally do is I'd spam rockets at that end of the bridge, because if enemies did die and they respawn, the quickest way to get back onto the point is across that bridge. So Zarya ult goes in, use my ult in combination, a nice little wombo there, wombo combo. Go behind the Reinhardt, which I'm a bit surprised that he didn't put his shield up, take down the soldier, and then that leads us to the win.
Calm down there, murderous clown.
We came all over their backs. Oh, we even had the same skin.
Fire at will.
I was actually really upset. I tried to use my ulti right here, and my Q didn't work.
Did you rebind it finally?
What was that?
Did you rebind it finally?